Hey guys, welcome back to another Hypixel API tutorial video, and in this video we're going to be covering the guild achievements endpoint under resources. Because it's under resources, our URL is going to look very similar to our other URLs for resources, and resources doesn't take in any parameters, so we don't need our API key for this one. And as always, we're going to be using our synchronous template. If you want to learn how to do asynchronous calls for actual use in a project, I already made a video on that. You can go check that in the playlist essentially. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this looks like. Before I do that though, like I said, very simple URL. We've got api.hypixel.net, which is the base, and then /resources. And then within that, there's another method for guilds, and within that, there's another method for achievements. So a lot of embedding here. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this looks like real quick. Open up my command prompt here. And we're going to run api console.py. You're going to get to see it's not that big. It's actually really nicely formatted with preprint. But I'm going to nevertheless go ahead and show you guys what this looks like in my Firefox here. So I'm going to shrink these real quick. As always, we've got success, which is true, so it was nice and successful. That's really good. Last updated, which is just your Unix millisecond timestamp for when this endpoint was last updated, which is actually a long time ago, apparently. Jeez, that was a minute ago. Yeah, and then we've got our one-time achievements, which in classic Hypixel fashion, it's empty. But it's good that they have support for the future. Maybe we'll have one-time achievements. And then for these, I'll show you guys. Let's do Prestige as an example. So we've got all our tier achievements here. Prestige, we've got the name and description. So this is the name that you'll see in game, and description, which is very simple. It's just once again what you'll see in game. However, different from some other descriptions that you might see in like challenges or something. Instead of having a hard-coded number here, it's %s because they're subbing in whatever tier you're at, right? So there's 5 different tiers for this achievement if you've ever seen it in game. I'm going to open these up. So it says what tier it is, and it says the amount required. So for the first tier, right, so for tier 1, you need to get 20 amounts or reach guild level 20. And then for tier 2, it's going to be reach skill level 40. So you're just subbing in the amount number here into the %s, and hopefully it's fairly straightforward. We'll take a look at another one, for example, online players here. There's what are you doing here, which is the name and description you have, and then sub in the number, guild members online at the same time. And this is very simple and very similar to the last example. So we've got the tier and the amount. This goes up to tier 7 actually, which is a little crazy. But yeah, so for first tier you just need to have 5 guild members on at the same time. For the second tier it's have 15, third tier have 30, all the way up to the 7th tier where it's having 70 guild members on at the same time, which is actually really impressive for smaller guilds. Anyways, it should give you a decent idea of what this is. There's also like experience kings, which is just getting XP in one day. And then we've also got winners, so it's win X amount of games as a guild in a day. So if you're playing team games, you have to be everybody on the team has to be in your guild, stuff like that. Anyways, that's been the guild's achievements endpoint. As always, I will provide a link down below to the resources GitHub page for the documentation for this. However, because it's under resources, there's very poor documentation for it. In fact, there's essentially none. And so because of that, I'm not going to bother showing it in this video. If you want, you can check it out down below, or you can check out one of my other videos where I do show it off. That's been it for this video. Make sure you subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all my recent tutorials that I post daily now, actually. And then you can also like if you've learned anything from this video, and make sure that you go check out. I've got a new Patreon down in the description, so if you want to check that out, if you feel like sponsoring a project, you can do that. And if you've got any questions regarding what was covered in this video, you can go down the description and past the description and leave a comment down below, and hopefully I'll be able to help you out. I've also got my Discord down in the description that you can check out if you want to ask any questions and get a more real-time response for help with the API. Anyways, that's been it for this Hypixel API tutorial video.